Hi, good morning. Today I'm starting my orientation at West Coast University, and I want you to come along. This is my first semester. I'm going to be currently taking online classes, but I just want you guys to follow along, share my journey. I'm in West Coast University, Orange County, and give you a little bit of my experience. Like I said, this is orientation. This is the first time I'm going to be on campus aside from the HESI, so this is the first time I'll be exploring the campus. I'm driving there now. I only have a couple minutes to spare.
Continue on Western Avenue for 4 miles.
I thought this place was like 20 minutes away from my house. It's actually like 30, so I have to park fast. So I don't know what really delayed me. I don't know, maybe because I didn't like set my clothes out the night before. But I'll be there on time. But you know what they say, like, on time is not what you should be striving for, because you're still gonna be kind of hustling. But I'll catch up with you guys later, and I'll show you a little bit of the campus if I can, and maybe if we meet some people I can film that as well. So yeah, and I'll talk more about everything in a bit. Alright, bye. Hello everybody, I'm back from the orientation. I'm exhausted. I don't know why, because these are my normal waking hours, but I am so tired. It was a long orientation. It was from 9 a.m. to 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, it was only 3 hours. I'm just exhausted. It's a lot of information that they gave us, a lot to know. Very helpful. I loved looking at the school. The school is very nice. And I walked away from this Orange County campus thinking, wow, this place is bougie. Like, we're paying a lot to get into this school. The tuition is unheard of, being, it's an Orange County private medical school. I have to say medical because it's not just nursing. They also do dental hygiene. But it's a pretty penny to be there, and they're using the money, every bit of it. It was such a nice school. We have like a little coffee cafe that also has lunch. The students look happy. The students look happy to be there. That is a good sign. We had a big group of people, kind of students, incoming students such as myself. We had a big group of us being oriented. I think it was probably about 75 people, maybe 50 people. Probably more closer to 75. Closer to 100 students, incoming students. We did a little tour. We looked at the simulation lab. Simulation lab was pretty cool. We saw mannequins that we'll be using as patients. They were breathing and they were blinking. That's something. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a mannequin just blink. That's something crazy to me. They gave us snacks. I got myself a Capri Sun and some chips. We sat in like a conference room with 4 screens, and we got talked at for the rest of the time. But I'm pretty excited. But I'm also just pretty tapped out and tired right now. I had a pretty rough morning trying to rush over. I ended up making it on time. They weren't like, it wasn't what I expected, me being super late. People were kind of walking into a big hall to start just collecting people, and then they were distributing per group. So there are 2 campuses. I should have asked the question about the Irvine campus. The Irvine campus kind of confuses me because nobody talks about the Irvine campus. Yeah, I see it listed as a campus, but nobody's talking about the Irvine campus. Is it a myth? Does the Irvine campus exist? I thought I was enrolling into the Irvine campus. I ended up being a part of the two Anaheim campuses. One campus is for the general education. The other campus will be for your nursing core. I'm fine with it. I really thought there was an Irvine campus, because I'd rather drive to Irvine than Anaheim. Because coming home, I just had to go down Beach Boulevard near Knott's Berry Farm. And if you are a local around here in Orange County, familiar with kind of North Orange County, when you're around like Buena Park, or when you're around Buena Park going down Beach Boulevard, it's not the nicest scenic route. So that's what I was thinking. I would rather drive to Irvine. Irvine's a little nicer than Buena Park Beach Boulevard. Come on. If you know, you know. And I'm not trying to be like judgmental. It's just I'm too tired and the weather's just got out of my nursing orientation. I don't want to see prostitutes. That's all. I want to keep our business separate. Great orientation though. I got a folder. I got my badge. So that's my experience. In a little bit, I'll go ahead and go into detail, and I'll go into my folder on what you should expect if you are interested in going to West Coast University, Orange County. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about myself, and I'll see you guys in a little bit when I'm back at home. Bye. Good morning. I just wanted to go ahead and follow up on my West Coast University orientation in person. I believe I left you guys off when I was in the car on my way and coming back. I want to show you guys a few materials that I got from them from the orientation. So if you're enrolling in the year of 2025 at any point, this is what to expect. I know things could change year to year, but this is what I received. I think I remember touching on seeing the mannequins and the simulation labs, and a little bit of how I felt about the students there and how they did seem to enjoy being there. It was really motivating to see students in scrubs studying, and they seemed happy. There was like a lot of laughing people. That's a good sign, right? So this is what you get. You get a badge. The thing about it, I think it's really cute because it like kind of starts to mimic what you'll expect working in the hospital. You'll always need your badge with you, and clip it on. I think it's cute. I don't know. If you're a nurse, you'll think it's cute. Anybody else will be like, it's a fucking badge, whatever. But we're so excited about anything nurse related. I think we all think everything's cute. Then you get this folder, a very helpful folder. Inside the folder, you'll be getting a calendar for your term. So it goes through weeks 1 through week 10, and I think that's really helpful to have. Like, this is the most helpful thing they could have given us, because when I went to community college for my prerequisites, nothing was really laid out for you like this. You had to do it on your own or go on Canvas and just kind of print it out on your own. But this is given to you. Week 1 through week 10, everything to expect. You can see my pimple patches. That's okay. Get used to that. Get used to seeing my pimple patches. Yeah, I like this. On the back of it, you get your student affairs contact list. We met pretty much everyone here. We met everyone here in the meeting or in the conference, except for a lot of them. Actually, we met maybe like 4 people off this page. It don't matter. They also have the dental hygiene advisor here. That's cool. Dental hygiene girlies. Woo woo. They make just as much money as an RN. I understand why they're probably co-linked. Aetna? I haven't seen this. Anytime support for, I guess this is, for health insurance, because it is a requirement for you to have health insurance while enrolled into the school. There are a lot of schools that require you to have health insurance, and that makes sense. I have health insurance, but if I didn't, this would be very helpful. So the school offers you Aetna to pay for your health insurance if you don't want to do like your own through your own job. If I'm not using my health insurance through my current job, I have supplemental insurance, so that's something that I won't have to worry about. Library links. We did meet the little head librarian too, and he gave us his card on the tour. And then there's the West Coast University, Orange County Student Financial Services Department. If you're paying out of pocket, if you're paying in check or you're paying through the VA, which is the Veterans, you will definitely be in contact with these people, especially Dana Gray. If you're not using like college loans, I'm using college loans, but there's a lot of people paying via check or through the VA. Dana Gray is going to be your girl. My financial aid advisor is just a financial advisor. I don't have to talk to Dana Gray. But yeah, these people, you will be in contact with these financial aid, your specific assigned financial aid advisor, you'll be in contact with them. Before you even step on campus. It's going to be the very second thing you're going to have to do in your checklist. When you enroll when you enroll for the school, after you pass your HESI, they will be giving you checklists to complete virtually up until the day of orientation, which is your in-person orientation. There is a virtual orientation I did several weeks ago. This is the in-person one. So just expect that when you enroll into a nursing program, specifically West Coast University. I know all nursing programs have crazy checklists and to-do lists for you to do. I heard some even require vaccines. I don't think that happens until you get into the core program. My core program will be starting in the fall. So it's going to speed up quick. It's going to happen so fast. I'm so excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. But renew your FAFSA. If you got to do that, do that. I'm surprised how many people actually aren't used to the Cal State system of schools yet. But a lot of them aren't, and they don't know about Bank Mobile and how to do the disbursements. So this is actually some people's first time going to school, so this is interesting. Considering it's a bachelor's degree, I expect a lot of people to be in school already for like maybe their associates or maybe their prerequisites at another school. But some people came straight out of high school to go to West Coast, and that's like interesting choice. If you're one of those people that went straight out of high school just to go to West Coast, that's an interesting path. That's an interesting path to go straight into this private university. I would say it's not very similar to, as far as finances, it's not similar to a Cal State. If you, because it's such a specialized school. I mean, it happens. But I would expect for people to get their GEs somewhere cheaper, like a community college, or some people even earned a bachelor's beforehand, or they, this is more of like a very specialized, expensive, specialized, privatized school. I wouldn't go straight here after high school. I would do my GEs somewhere like I did. I would explain more about my personal journey in another video, but this is just orientation day notes. Another thing that they pointed out in the orientation is the amount of resources you'll be getting, and please take advantage of those resources. Please, you are paying a lot of money to come to the school. They have tutoring, they have peer tutoring. You can be a tutor yourself if you get an A or an A- in a class. It has to be not within a certain amount of time, but for a certain amount of time you have to maintain a certain GPA, and you have to be maintaining an A average in a class to be able to tutor it. If you're interested in tutoring, I believe there's ways that you can get cords on graduation, and that's really exciting. Don't you want to earn a pin or a cord on graduation. I know I do. And then there's clubs. If you're a veteran, there's clubs for you. If you're not a veteran, they will accept you either way. Maybe you're like a child of a veteran. Maybe you have siblings who are veterans and you just want to be a part of that lifestyle and that club. Go for it. There's a lot of perks and community volunteer hours for that. And they also have a CNSA club. I don't know if I'm saying correctly. California Student Nursing Association, maybe. I'm gonna look into it. There's cool perks. You get a pin in graduation, so it's a club. And in the past, in school, I was thinking, because this is my second degree. Like I said, I'll talk more about my personal journey and how I got into nursing in my late 20s in another video. But in the past, when I went to college, I was working a lot and I didn't see that I would have time for clubs or anything of that nature. I would not be able to, but pretty soon I won't be able to work anymore, so I might as well immerse myself into some students association and student affairs. Might as well. So you can follow them on Instagram. I currently follow West Coast University on Instagram. It's pretty motivating. Look, you see our little TikTok. We have a TikTok too. I don't have TikTok anymore, but I'll be on Instagram. All right, so yeah, get your books. Please get your books early. If you have a book voucher, they do offer like $1,000 book voucher, so you can, buy all your books. It's super easy. If you're not into the book voucher, that's fine, because I do think they pull it from your. I think they pull it from your not your loans, but your FAFSA or something. They pull it from there. So that's a downfall. But honestly, I wouldn't have been able to purchase those books otherwise. They're like $300, over $300 for my human physiology book. I did not want to do that out of pocket. So it's cool stuff. I have my spring schedule here. And I already wrote down in my notebook who my professors are and when our meeting times are. If you take Professor Corgi, there are some Zoom classes that are mandatory. So I'm still working 2 jobs right now. I will have to coordinate the 11 a.m. Thursday meetings somehow, some way. But got my trusty notebook. I've been writing everything about West Coast University since the day I signed up for the HESI. Probably before then. Everything about enrolling into the school, the checklist, the to-do lists, the mandatory meeting times, everything has been, every email, every password I had to sign up for has been in this notebook. And yeah, there's some stuff that's coming up later, like the lab coats. We have to wait till core starts for that to happen. I have a lab coat because I went to medical assisting school. I didn't need it. That man was crazy. R.I.P. Different story, different day. Okay. Sorry, there's a notification. So I have a lab coat, but you cannot use a lab coat from outside anywhere. You have to use their lab coats, and they actually have them in the entrance of the school. They actually just had lab coats up ready for sale, and they have your sizing chart if you're a male, and sizing chart if you're a female. So everything's on paper. I don't know if they had to give this to us on paper, but a lot of us are visual, tactile learners. So I understand. Uniform Advantage is where we'll be getting our West Coast University scrubs that we have to wear on clinicals. I have shopped from Uniform Advantage before. They give you a little bit of I think there's a discount, or they're paid for. But I think our scrubs are cute. They're mad cute, because I'd be seeing like other schools and their scrubs aren't that cute. call me vain, but I was actually looking up schools before West Coast and like kind of seeing what do they have to wear for clinicals, because Saddleback had like burgundy and I thought that was pretty cute, but West Coast had to be the cutest. I love their uniforms. And how to order books. Ian, you'll be definitely linking and connecting with Ian Capilouto. He is the head librarian. Yeah, he's our head librarian, and he seems like he'll be able to help you. He seems pretty eager to help, knowledgeable and all that. Okay, how to order books. Yes, please order your books. Order them in time. Some are optional, but if you have a book voucher like I do, might as well get the optional book, especially when you're starting out, and if it's not that expensive. I think the optional book for foundations of higher education was only $7 because I bought it used off of a marketplace, and the book voucher took care of it. It takes care of shipping too. If you don't have the money up front for all the books, I would say just let them have your take it from your FAFSA. I might be mistaken on that. Don't quote me. I don't know where they take the money from, but they give you a book voucher based off of it. Don't quote me on that. I'm becoming a nurse, not a doctor. Let's see. Ooh, okay, this is something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about the two different campuses. So when I first was introduced to West Coast University, like if it was in my mind's eye, it was somewhere in the ether of my mind, I thought they had an Irvine campus. I thought that up until like 2 days ago. I thought they had an Irvine campus. Technically, there is a campus in Irvine, but it's not West Coast University. It's American Career College, and American Career College is associated with West Coast University because they're both private schools, and I think they're under the same umbrella. They're sister schools, something like that. If you're in California, you know, like some colleges and high schools and universities are sister schools of each other because they're in the same area. These are also sister schools. So there is no Irvine West Coast University campus. There are two Anaheim West Coast University campuses. There is one in La Palma and there is one in Manchester. So when you take your HESI and when you take your in-person general ed classes, you'll be going to Manchester. That is the first campus I went to just take my test. Manchester is very, very close to Disneyland. Excuse me. You'll be seeing Disneyland on the freeway while you come in, depending where you're coming from. I'm coming from the south, so I saw Disneyland on my way up there. It's a very, very small campus. It's mostly just for getting in and getting out, getting your G's and taking your test and going. And they have a very, very small parking lot. It's like impossible to find parking there. And I think they share parking with another place. If not Disneyland, I swear. I thought I saw Disneyland workers. And they don't want you parking there in general. They want you to park in the La Palma office. So La Palma is no longer GEs. It's your sim labs. It's your clinicals. It's your nursing core classes. That's what you should be expecting at the La Palma campus. So think Manchester is, the stepping stone. La Palma is your real core classes. So they want you to park at La Palma because it's more capacious for parking, and they have a shuttle. So the shuttle will take you to Manchester if you need to go back to Manchester, but treat La Palma as your parking lot no matter what. There's no reason you should be parking at Manchester because it's just, there's not much parking there. So you'll be taking a little shuttle. Here's a shuttle schedule they will provide for you. This is for spring 2025. I'm sure it changes per semester. So this one's mine. And I expect to get a new one every semester. Yeah. You can also pre-order at Cafe More. Is there parking permits? Yes, you need to get yourself a parking permit here. You do. So inquire about that. I won't be needing a parking permit right now until I go on campus to take my proctored exams. I am taking 2 online classes, but that doesn't mean that I will be taking my exams at home. I will be going to the Manchester campus to be taking proctored exams, so expect that. It's very strict, it's very rigorous. It's not like community college. I just came from community college, and yeah, my proctored exams were at home in my pajamas, laid back. No, be ready to take your exams in person. Does not matter if you were online. And you'll be parking at La Palma, taking the shuttle to Manchester. So that's it. That's everything they gave me in my West Coast University folder. That and my badge. So, can't wait to see you guys in the next video, but I'm very excited. I'm glad I got to go through the folder with you guys, because I'm gonna be honest, that was the first time I really went through everything. It was mostly spoken at me, like all the information was just spoken at me during the seminar, and that was more like tangible paper to reflect on it. So yeah, impressions, it seems like everybody was motivated, everybody was determined. I saw this girl taking like some serial killer looking ass notes next to me. She was scribbling, she was hunched over, she was, and I'm like, good for you, girl. I love that. So yeah, I don't know. I'll see you guys next time. I think the next video will be a little bit more about what I'm doing here. Why am I trying to be a nurse? How did I get here? What are my plans? So maybe I'll have a pimple patch on, maybe I won't. We'll just have to wait and see. So bye, have a nice day, and hopefully I'll see you next time.